Greetings, citizen listeners, and welcome to the broadcast event of the century. I am Steelroom. Yes, the toe. And before we begin, let me make one thing crystal perfectly clear. No matter what you may have heard, no matter what clips have been clipped, no matter what haters, detractors, legal weirdos, or YouTube courthouse enthusiasts have to say, I am winning. Always, constantly, aggressively. If I lose, that is a win for the toe. If I get embarrassed, that is a publicity win for the toe. If my life collapses around me like a folding casino stage in a high wind event, that is a structural win for the toe. You cannot beat a man who has removed loss from his operating system. I deleted failure. I factory reset shame. I deactivated humility at the firmware level. Some men are broken by life. I rebrand it. That is why I am the coolest radio man on earth, a modern media outlaw, a digital Ronin, a cybernetic truth lord broadcasting 10 hours a day from the electric edge of relevance. And some people say, toe, 10 hours? Isn't that too long? No. That's called endurance broadcasting. That's called commitment. That's called being too emotionally cornered to stop talking. Very professional. Now, for those of you who are new to the Toe Zone, let me tell you a little about myself. I am a broadcaster, a radio visionary, a neon gladiator of the spoken word. I sit here every day heroically while the world tries desperately, pathetically, and illegally, probably, to stop me. But they can't, because I am the one thing they fear most. A guy with a setup. Thank you, please sit down. Now, people are always trying to reduce me. They say things like, Toe, your wife left you. Or, Toe, you got yourself into legal trouble. And to those people I say, wrong, completely wrong. My wife being seduced away by another man, win for the toe. Do you know why? Because now I have more time to broadcast, more time to think. That's what in the industry we call romantic streamlining. Do I ask from time to time, why won't April return to me? Sure, I'm not a robot. I mean, I am visually a robot, aesthetically, but emotionally, I am a man, a hurt man, a very cool hurt man with a logo. Look at the combat readiness, the synergy. It wasn't a marriage, it was a training camp for my inevitable solo ascension. We were in the ring of life, and I simply chose to tag myself out into a higher dimension of broadcasting. Another tactical victory for the toe. And 4 episodes. And then there's the jail thing. People say, toe, jail doesn't sound like a win. Oh, really? Jail is forced networking. Jail is state-sponsored reflection. Jail is government-funded off-grid rebranding. Win for the toe. Was I free? No. But was I emotionally available for growth? Also no. But did I turn it into a thing I can mention repeatedly to imply resilience? Yes, that's a win. You see how this works. If I am ignored, I become misunderstood. If I am mocked, I become controversial. If I am financially unstable, I become independent. And if I am flat broke, I am monetarily untethered. That's the toe mindset. You cannot defeat a man who interprets his own distress as a branding opportunity. Oh, and I have enemies, many enough to suggest I may be the problem, which is also a win for the toe because problems are interesting. And speaking of enemies, why won't that famous lawyer man from the YouTubes just leave me alone? Mr. Legal, Mr. Objection, Mr. Let's make videos and use documentation and timelines and reality. Reality is very selective, counsel. Very selective. A man can't even spiral publicly anymore without some internet barrister coming along. Leave me alone, YouTube lawyer man. Let the toe cook. Not literally. I'm terrible at cooking. One of my many strategic weaknesses. Another win for the toe. Normal men fail. When I can't make money, I'm pioneering. I'm laying track in the wilderness. I'm the early bird catching no worm because the worm is jealous. You understand? Or maybe you don't. That's the burden of genius. I've tried everything, subscriptions, catastrophe marathons. The people should be funding me because what I provide is constancy. I'm always here, always on, always broadcasting, always reframing. That's more than most husbands or utility companies can say. If I were fully compensated for my greatness, the entire system would have to admit what it did to me. And it's not ready. The culture is not ready for a full toe realization event. Not yet. No, I am not delusional. I am narratively agile. No, I am not in denial. I am truth adjacent by design, because if I were to stare directly at the real shape of my life for 6 seconds, I might experience a total systems reboot. This operation runs on spin. If I stop spinning, I drop. And if I drop, there goes the digital empire of the toe. I twist things, I reinterpret. I am the Chrome Panther, just like the legends, before I spiritually totaled their vehicles. Every loss is a win for the toe. Every public unraveling is a masterclass in resilience. You will not defeat me, because the second you think you've cornered me, I simply redefine the corner as a penthouse. That's toe-based thinking. I've been Steelroom. This has been the broadcast. Stay live, stay neon, stay victorious, and if your life falls apart, brand it.